I'm in building 1, second floor, where we've removed the stairway from the third to the second floor. Frame that in so that that area can now be finished with the framing upstairs. The intention is, beginning of next week, to move this existing stairway that goes from the second to the first floor over to an area proposed for a new stairway, which cannot be finished until the liquid boot is done. But this will allow us to complete excavation for underground plumbing in this area, also frame this area in and finish off the framing of this unit in building 1, second floor. Ties up some loose ends. There's a standpipe that will be moved in the next week or so into its proper location. This is the opening for a proposed stairway. This is the area that we're going to move that existing stairway over to, just as a temporary stair. What it does is, the way that this floor is set up, by removing that stair would only leave us one means of egress down the opposite end of the building. This will allow us both a means of egress on each end in case of a problem. This stairway not going to work as designed. Mainly the current existing conditions were not shown in the plan, as this is wider of an existing foundation than it is at the top, which impedes on what we need for a new stairway. We have an existing doorway that comes in, which was not accounted for. But we did some calculations. We basically got to change the design of the first floor stairway. And once we get to the second floor, we should be able to carry on with its design. Went over that with Joe Sansucci, the building inspector, yesterday, who popped by on site, and he understands that we have existing conditions that might be a little different. Things need to be changed. So we just keep him in the loop, and he's happy with that. This is a look from building 1, second floor, into building 4, second floor. We've been framing over there. We'll go over and take a peek. A shot of the courtyard. You don't see any air out there because there isn't any. I'm on the 4th floor of building 1. This is a shot of the existing roof drain, interior roof drain. Comes down. Some of these are in the wall, some of these are exposed. These are all to be replaced. I spoke to Steve McNamara, even plumbing this week. We're going to start locating the new roof drains, getting those in, so they'll just be ready to tie in when we get the roofer on site, and ready to tie in the basement, so that all the interior work is done, 4th, 3rd, 2nd floor. Again, building 1, 4th floor. IPS started to do the connection for the shear walls. That's a threaded rod going down through, connecting the next shear wall in the next floor to that bracket on that stud. So we've also got through here, you've got a flat metal strip that goes along on each seam of the inside of the plywood. I talked to Joe Sansucci again yesterday. In some of these instances, like for example this one where we have bathrooms back to back, which we need to close up to get the tubs in, and when we do that, that will impede him seeing the shear wall anchor. He's good with coming out next week, at the beginning of the week. Going to take a look at these. We should have, like Tuesday, we should have all of these done on the 4th floor. You're going to look at that if he's satisfied with that, which he should be. then he's going to let us proceed without having to drag him out here all the time. He doesn't want to hold us up. Again, 4th floor, building 1. Let's see, as we're getting more and more ductwork completed. Traveling down to the 3rd floor, down getting our layout on the 1st floor for excavation, which begins on Monday for underground plumbing in building 1. 1st floor, building 1, all marked out for excavation, underground plumbing.
It's a little dark, Kyle. Quick to get done.
And then building 5, 2nd floor, is the area that was all removed last week when we were taking shots, all been patched back in, plywood. It's about the middle section of building 5. This is the framing of the 2nd floor of building 4 that we took a shot from building 1 before through the windows. Yeah, just wrapping up framing and wrapping. Yeah, we got framing going on building 5, 2nd floor. Down the west end. That's the south side of the building.